I put together my very first art show of highlighting the beauty within my community, and it taught me a lot. So in case you're thinking about putting together your own art show, for me, the biggest thing was fixing my mindset. So I first had to understand that like the work I did today is not going to be the same work I did yesterday. And the work I did today is better than the work I did yesterday. Because when I stopped trying to aim for perfection for this show is when everything got a lot better. Because realizing that the goal of perfection is always moving. You can never reach perfection because that goalpost is always moving. Trying to wait for your work to be perfect in order for people to see it, you're never going to do anything because perfection doesn't exist. Because the only true way you can see perfection is by seeing your progress. And if there's no progress to be seen, how will you ever get to that level of perfection that you want? Wow. The second one is understanding that I say who I am. I say I'm an artist, so I'm an artist. I say I'm a photographer, so I'm a photographer. I say I'm a curator, so I'm a curator. I say I am a star because I am a star. I am whoever I say I am. I'm not waiting for someone to tell me I'm an artist, to say my photograph is really good, to consider myself an artist. An artist because I say I am. I feel like because I've gotten over that barrier, I now understand that like nobody can tell me what I am because I already told myself what I am. And now it's just for people to catch up. Wow. The third thing I have to understand is that rejection is really redirection. And the idea I had for this project was actually to submit to a gallery show. So they were going to put it in their gallery. But they rejected my idea. And I was like, damn, I was really hurt. And then they were only going to give me $700. But because they rejected me, I was able to now apply for this other grant that gave me literally triple that amount of what they gave me. And so realizing that like rejection is redirection. Because they rejected me, I was now able to get triple the amount of money to put on this project. And if you constantly live your life with like, I'm just getting rejected from everything, then you're always going to be a failure. Because when you realize that you have to make your own lane, when it feels like everyone is rejecting your ideas, that's when you really will be free. Sometimes we think we have to go through a solid plan to see where this life is going. But then when you realize sometimes you have to stray away from that already plan to get to the same end goal, you're going to be a lot happier. If you constantly keep getting rejections, how can you now like find a new path to get to that same end point? And when you realize that rejection is redirection, you will move a lot faster. And then my last one is you truly already have what it takes to be successful. You just have to want it really bad. And you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Like, what are you going to do to get what you want? When you realize that, like, you already have what it takes. What you have is already in you. You just have to realize how bad you want it. I want people to understand my love of art so much. So I'm going to keep posting these videos. I want people who look like me to see themselves in the magazine. So I'm going to make my own magazine. I realize how bad you want it. You realize you're going to do things that you thought you weren't even capable of doing because you wanted that. So yeah. I'm going to ask you a question. How bad do you want to put on your very first art show? How bad do you want that dream career? How bad do you want that lifestyle?